I remember the day when Angry Birds Go 2.0 came out. My brother yelled down to me that there was a new update and that everything had changed. I downloaded it and saw everything. At first, I was given this message saying all my progress was compensated for by awarding a lot of gems. So, let's just get this straight here. You took away all my progress, all my carts, my characters, my progress, and just gave me gems for it? Really? Now, around this time, right before 2.0 came out, I was not really playing Angry Birds Go that much. It was just one of those times where I was just burnt out of the game at that point. And soon I would get back into it. It happens to a lot of games. PvZ2, Angry Birds games, and just other games that I play, like Minecraft and everything. And Fall Guys, but just looking back, it's just crazy.
Progress. So, again, it's back to square one. Congratulations, I'm now ranked 2. Part. So yeah, this is totally different. I accepted the upgrade. I used to have all of my cards like all the way maxed out. It was totally awesome. Now I don't have any cards except for this one, so I can't even upgrade anymore.
But back to the gems, I can kind of understand that because there is a new campaign and everything is updated and everything, so I kind of understand why they took away my progress, because if I just updated the game to 2.0 and just have everything completed already with not really much to do, I kind of get that. So, compensating my progress for gems, it sucks, but I can still kind of understand. It pissed me off, though. So I looked at this game and said to myself,
this is going to take some getting used to.
Well, I'm making this video, so you could probably see that I have not really gotten used to it, I guess.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
It's so much worse. There are now 5 levels in each segment. I don't know what to call these, so I'm just going to call them segments. But yeah, 5, it's just structuring and pacing. It's so weird and unusual. You unlock different tracks in different worlds a lot more earlier in the game, which is fine, I guess. So, you have to go and beat the levels to get to the boss. Here's the thing though. After you beat the level, what really is the point of replaying it again? See, in the old updates, after you beat each game mode 5 times, you have the option to try to beat challenges to get rewards. May I remind you, for the first time you played Time Boom, it would be the easiest time you played it, because I think there's only ice materials, the time is a little bit slower, but for this one, it's just one level and you're done. You're done playing it. That's it. After when you beat the game mode 5 times, you have the option to try to beat challenges to get rewards. This opens up for more replayability, and it actually has a purpose, and can be fun with some of the challenges that you get to try to beat them. So you want to try and replay it again. That's a good thing for the game. But what are you going to do now? Try to get 3 stars on it? It's something that you can do, but it's much worse than it used to be. One interesting thing that they added to the update is that you can actually replay the champion chase, which I'm okay with, but it's like, still, why? Like I said, try to get 3 stars, that's it? Maybe just to try to have some fun? Maybe to try to hear the cool-ass champion chase theme?
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Now let's talk about the actual game modes themselves. I'm also going to call them game modes because I don't really know what else to call them. Why does the game start off with only 3 racers? It's just so weird and unnecessary. Why didn't it start off with 8 like it used to? Why don't the bots use power-ups anymore? It actually uses some variety and at least added some kind of challenge. Plus, it had some neat and actually funny moments. One thing I really loved about this game is that the bots would act stupid sometimes and it would make me laugh. But no, they're just dull and boring now. Here's a big issue with these levels. For the most part, when you're above the required CC, the bots just suck ass for the whole race. But when you're below the CC limit, the bots become as fast as freaking Tyreek Hill and go to 200cc from Mario Kart. Okay, I'm gonna bring up random numbers here. Just follow with me, okay? Say the required cc for a level is 254cc, okay? Now let's say your car has 80cc, yeah? So your opponent would be likely go blazing speeds, which is fine because you are 174 behind the limit, right? That math. Like I said, that's fine. Now, your car is at, let's say, 234cc, but your opponent still go as fast as you were at 80cc. Do you get my point? I think the level should be easier, at least, because the car at 234cc is 20 below the requirement, and it would still be difficult to beat the level, don't get me wrong. But it should be at least easier having a car than 80cc, and it is not. They're both the same. Oh, and I know I'm talking about the race game mode, but this point goes throughout every single game mode. Time Boom, Fruit Splat, Champion Chase, all of them. I just said that to get the point over with. I don't know why, but when I was playing my starter kart series, I just came across some Time Boom levels that were easy when my kart was way below the CC requirement. Wait, this actually could be possible with just one power-up. Let's see. Okay, this is what troubles me, the inconsistency. How do we go from one level that kicks my ass, and then to the next level is like freaking baby talk? Now you may be thinking,
Krishy, I don't see what the big deal with that. It's an easy win and is a break from the difficult levels for newer players.
well, to that, I don't think there are newer players anymore because the game was taken off the App Store. But yeah, I'm not going to complain too much about this. It's just weird to me. Okay, not really much problems for Time Boom, and not much for Fruit Splat either. Not really much change for those game modes since the 2.0 update that I've saw, or that are significant. Oh wait, it's not in the game anymore. And the old updates, okay, instead of old updates, I'm just going to call it pre-2.0. Pre-2.0 is the update for 2.0, and when I say regular 2.0, that's like 2.0 and above, like, you get it, right? So in pre-2.0, you had to beat the bosses 3 times to unlock the character, but each time it gets harder than the last, by making it where the boss has more projectiles to throw, having the ability to use the power-up more, and of course being faster. This is just like the other game modes earlier where you had to beat it 5 times with each time getting harder. I like this to really add some challenge and spice it up at least a little bit each time you play it. In this version, you only play the Champion Chase once. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's also not much for Champion Chase either. Remember, the big point I made about race also applies to other game modes in campaign. Just remember. If you guys have any thoughts that were not mentioned in this video, then leave a comment below.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
There was one huge problem that I can think of. This also applies to Rocky Road, but the driving mechanics are just broken. One huge example is that drifting is more awful ever since the update came out. There's less traction in the karts, which makes it slip around more when you're doing a hard turn. This is especially difficult for karts like Iron Bolt, which goes pretty fast, and you'll have less traction for it. Call me crazy, but this issue kind of reminds me of Sub-Zero, where main point of it is to barely have any traction because, of course, you're racing in the snow. Going back to the problem I talked about Synthwave, but this map is pretty bad too with that. Another thing I dislike, why is Rocky Road so slow in 2.0? At least compared to pre-2.0, here is a comparison. One thing I do need to mention is that I like fast. Well, I think a lot of other people like going fast too. So when you change Rocky Road to be slower, it's a bit more disappointing for me at the least. Sub-Zero is probably my least favorite world in the game, but I don't really see much changed in Sub-Zero to be worse or better. I'll take it. One thing I will say that I hated in pre-2.0 is you couldn't unlock any characters and it was just solomes. I thought adding this was pretty lazy and an easy way to release a world to the public. The Sub-Zero graphics and visuals look good, which I'm glad they worked on, but just not making racers for Sub-Zero makes me think that they wanted to kind of rush through the development of this world. But solomes are something at least. That being said, I don't really like the solomes that much, but why did they get rid of it in 2.0? It's kind of weird. Not too much of a complaint though. Not really too much things for Airy either, but I just want to clear up something. I'm not going to mention that many glitches that I discovered. I think at least one of you saw my Angry Birds Go Glitches video and said that...
Wow, he is definitely going to mention the flying glitch.
But what I'm going to talk about is the features that they changed and everything. Here's actually something good for me, at least. Stunt is a lot more faster in 2.0, which I actually really like. It makes it more fun for me. I only say for me, because there are people who continuously crash uncontrollably in Stunt. They lose control of their cart going fast. So this counts as a good thing for me, and a bad thing for a lot of other people. You know how I mentioned in Speedway in Rocky Road where the traction sucks? Well, it's completely the opposite in Stunt. You can literally cut the corner you want if you're going fast enough. It's both funny and weird. Okay, that was all the maps. When you first play the game, you probably cannot tell the difference at first from pre-2.0 and 2.0 of how the mechanics are. But trust me, there are some different things, mostly unbeneficial. Everything is not the maps though. Some of the carts are flawed even. I have seen a lot of problems with the carts that they present in the game.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
There are some carts that are just so bad with their grip. They always crash upon landing. Like seriously, for a few carts it happens every single time. It's very annoying and also unsatisfying. In the old updates of 2.0, it became so bad that the racers kept falling out of their carts, especially in Sub-Zero.
Alright, this finale is just torturous. Because it's like I gotta just wait for that. Oh dear. Oh, come on. No, balloon, please. Okay, that wasn't much faster. What the heck was that? What the heck was...
They managed to die down the characters doing that. But not the fact that they crashed in every damn landing, which is stupid. Like, why would you... At least fix it all the way. Do not fix it midway, if that makes sense. Like, they fixed it where the birds or the racers do not follow the carts, but they also crash all the time still. Now, let's be honest, if we crash every once in a while while hitting the ground, that's fine, but that's just ain't it, buddy. In pre-2.0, there was barely a problem with any of this. In fact, it looked so clean back then. Like, who thought this was a great idea? This is not for every cart in 2.0, but there are some carts that have this, and I call these carts crashy cars. Can you see why I call it that? It kind of rolls off the tongue nicely. But anyways, the cars that have this problem are the Drum Roller, Shred Sled, Strikeout, Beach Buggy, Royal Snout, but only the first version of it, Matchstick Mobile, and the second version of Rocket Racer. Why does the Phoenix Star feel like one of the slowest karts in the game? Please tell me in the comments if you disagree, but I feel like it's the worst out of the 5 final karts. It's really mind-boggling because the other ones go a lot faster, which of course I like. This does not go back to me thinking I just love going fast, by the way. I just think the more you spend on a kart, the more faster, stronger, and just overall better it is. The Phoenix Star is not crashy at all, which is good, but it's slow. I would rather use the second version of Royal Snout. Those of you who have started on Stunt know about this problem. The barbacoick. This is the worst kart in the game by a massive long shot. On iOS, highlight that, iOS, it is super slow and actually kind of crashy too. And it does not fit Stunt. It goes in Speedway because of how bad it is. You guys can probably tell that I'm complaining about this when this problem was not in pre 2.0. Again, it's just so stupid to think about. Like, why did they change it? Do they really want to give out that message that barbacoick sucks and that you should buy a new kart immediately?
You suck!
Now, if you've seen my Angry Birds Go Starter Kart series, you will know that this applies to iOS and not Android. It's actually pretty fast on Android, and it's so much better. But I like to mostly play mobile games on a phone, so I'm putting this on my long list of complaints. Staying with Stunt, let's talk about 2 karts. The first upgrade for Hog Rod is pretty decent, but for some reason when you upgrade it, the car becomes more crashy. It is not an upgrade, it's a downgrade. Same thing with the Rocket Racer, but worse.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
So unnecessary. Everybody knows in pre 2.0, all you had to do to upgrade your karts was to farm coins. Which of course you had to spend gems to get other karts. Which, by the way, side note, I absolutely hated how overpriced they were. Do you guys remember when you also had to spend money to get these a long time ago? Yes, I think this was the case because it intends people to buy Telepods. It's just stupid to even have the option to buy the kart for $50 freaking dollars.
No, maybe this one can do it, but who the heck is going to spend $50? Rovio, you are cheap. I'm disappointed in you. You should be ashamed of yourselves to charge $50 for an in-game car. Are you seriously?
Okay, anyways, simple. Upgrading the karts, just coins, yeah? So the update, they add silver, gold, and whatever mineral this is. Okay, I just checked. They're just normal, rare, and epic upgrade parts. They added these, and I would be fine with them, but they made the game so much longer and grindier. Just trying to find the exact part you need for one kart, and then having the chance of it not being the part you want, just stick with the damn coins at this point. Did you guys know that it used to be impossible to unlock the last 3 karts of each world? Yep, there was no way to get them until Rovio remade the blueprints. So at one point, the game was actually impossible to beat, because you couldn't unlock the good karts.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Let me paint a little story for you, okay? So, I go down to my basement and see my old toys. I get huge nostalgia as I remember the good memories of a child. I saw that all my Angry Birds Go Telepods were in a clear drawer stacked up on an old chair. I get more nostalgia and remember the good old times when I would grind Angry Birds Go, the good times when I unlocked characters, when multiplayer came out, when I unlocked Chuck. I remember a lot of that. I mentally remind myself,
Wow, remember that racing game with all those birds and pigs when I was a child? I'm going to download it on my phone again.
oh. Okay, say the story was before when it got taken off the App Store and Google Play Store. Wow, remember that racing game with all those birds and pigs when I was a child? I'm going to download it on my phone and relive all the memories. I also remember that the telepods will help me get through the game faster because I'd get more coins. Before putting the telepods, I went into the game and saw the abomination it is today. But anyways, I scanned the telepods. Now, I don't 100% remember what happened, but what I do know is that it was terrible. I scanned the telepods and get a race using the Kart. A little weird, but I played the race, and well, that was it. I don't get to keep the Kart like you could in the old update. That's it. Goodbye. Have a nice day. So what you're saying is, I bought a telepod for around like $10, and I get a practice race each time I scan it. I don't even get to keep the car. I don't even get to get a character. That's it. I just get a race. Well, yep, $10 that I'll never get back. Thank you, son of a... Okay, so you might be saying,
Krishy, you are just overreacting. It's only $10 that you spent like 8 years ago. If you really want that money back, then how about you get a job or put more effort into your YouTube videos so you can make money off your...
well, to that I say, maybe you're right. It is just $10, but there are better things to buy. Like Jenga. Oh wait, Jenga is still shit. It was terrible in pre-2.0 too. Are you still watching the video? Because we got more stuff to cover.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Let's now talk about the racers. We're starting off with the good thing this time though. Stella is better in 2.0. It is better against your opponents because you can go close to them and send them to Jupiter. I mean, look at this. It can be pretty funny at times too. I like this change. Good job, guys. It's too bad because a lot of the other characters were also nerfed too, so that sucks. Bubbles has been nerfed. Instead of explaining, I'm going to show you this video clip from my YouTube video. Can you beat Angry Birds Go with only starter carts? Part 1. Okay, this next point goes for Foreman Pig, the Blues, and Corporal Pig. But why are there cooldowns when activating multiple power-ups? That's pretty stupid if you ask me, and should never be changed. This also affects my favorite character, Corporal Pig, the most. In pretty much 99% of the maps, you can't even activate all 3 of his power-ups because of the cooldown. A huge reason why Corporal Pig is my favorite racer. Well, I don't know if he is anymore after this update. But Corporal Pig would go faster in pre-2.0. The more helmets you have around you, the faster you go. If you have 3 helmets swirling around you like a merry-go-round, dude, like, seriously, 100 miles per hour. But since you can't activate them all at the same time because of the cooldown, you can't do that anymore. Lovely.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Only one thing I have to say about it. I didn't like the energy system too much in pre-2.0, this has nothing to do with the video, but have it where sometimes you are required to take a specific character on some races, time booms, fruit splats, etc. I emphasize the word sometimes because I think the players should still have some freedom at times to choose whatever character they want to use. Actually, I thought of a better idea. No requirements to use a certain racer, but add a coin bonus or something when you race with the bird. Whenever you're about to race, you see on the bottom, race and win with Stella to get 200 more coins. Wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, I didn't like the energy system, but it's better than the garbage than it is today. They give you a total energy count instead of the energy for each bird. Oh, sorry, I mean cupcakes.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Horrific. I would always play this mode with my brother, and it would work at times. At other times though, it would just glitch out terribly. I said I wouldn't be touching the glitches that much, but this one almost breaks the entire game mode, so I'm putting it in this video. Okay. Staying on the topic of multiplayer. This is probably going to blow your mind. In the early days, wait, no. I'm talking about way before 2.0, before multiplayer came out. They always hyped up multiplayer to come out soon. It took a while, but it finally came out around version 1.4.0. I don't know what exact version it was, but it was out for a while, and they came out with team multiplayer, which was kind of cool. But then all of a sudden, just out of the blue, just them big brains at Orville just decided to get rid of it for no reason in 2.0. I mean, they put in a tournament mode, which is not in the game today, but that technically isn't really multiplayer. You're not racing against people at real time. You are racing against bots, but trying to get a high score better than your opponents.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Daily races is pretty garbage because of how little it gives you when you're far into the game. Only 4 tickets a day to look for parts, blueprints, and occasionally get enough gems to open a luxury toolbox. It's just not enough. It's so slow to progress through the game, and it's not fun. Just logging in every day, just to play for a little bit, just to grind for tickets, really. You used to log in and also play tournaments to win tickets, which is good. It's good to add multiple ways to get tickets each day, but yeah, like I said, they got rid of it. They probably got rid of it because shutting down the servers means the tournaments wouldn't work anymore, so they had to get rid of that. You may be thinking,
But Krishy, there are still multiple ways to get tickets. You can get 3 stars on levels to get tickets.
just to remind you guys, I'm talking about when you get later into the game. So like, probably the Blues to Chuck. These can give you tickets, but only one at a time. Even on like championship races, which some of them give you 3 tickets, is not too bad. But you can only get them once. I don't think it should be allowed where you play a level in an infinite amount of times to get 3 tickets over and over again though. It can be repetitive and you can actually get through the game a little fast, which is kinda what I think Rovio does not want us to do, pending the energy system, the grindy state of the game. I think there has to be a certain number of times you can collect the rewards if you get that certain number of stars. So for example, if I played the King to Pig Champion Chase and get 3 stars, then I should play it again to be able to collect the rewards again, if I got 3 stars again. But should I only be able to collect the rewards 2 times or 3 times? I'm trying to figure out a potential solution for these problems that I have. Well, for some of them, not all of them. But I'm not going to spend too greatly on those ideas because Rovio's not going to watch this video. Miraculously bring back Angry Birds Go and add those to the game. So, but I do kind of want to share my opinions a little bit. But should I be able to collect the rewards 2 times or 3 times? I'm kind of split on that. If you want, you can leave your thoughts in the comments, and you can tell me what you think about it and what ideas you would present. I like hearing your guys' opinion and seeing what you guys have to say. That's pretty cool.
But Krishy, you do not realize how many tickets you can unlock from the campaign. You can unlock 99 tickets to be exact, actually.
Here's the thing. Most people would buy carts before the 1,000 blueprints, so they use their blueprints on other carts instead of the 1,000 costing carts. This is because if you're not a tryhard and not using hacks like I did in my videos, you most likely need those 1,000 cards to beat the levels. Unless you play the really long game and save up your blueprints in the beginning.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no.
Other last things before we get into the video. How come the sounds bug and cut off a lot of the time? These problems did occur before the game was taken off the App Store, so that whole "because they don't work on it anymore" argument is BS. From experience, I can't 3-star all the levels. I've never 3-starred the Chuck race before. I think it's actually impossible, but if you guys did 3-star it, then comment below and send an Imgur link, IMGUR, showing your image for proof. But for now, I think this is impossible. Some cool features about the carts were deleted from the game. A big thing is that parts used to fall off the carts. The most notable change is that the rocket racers' rockets used to fall off of your cart to make it more realistic. Now they just stay on no matter what the contact is. Okay, well, the wheels still break and fall off, which is okay. The game is infested with ads, but every cheap mobile game is too. I'm fine with having some ads, but Jesus Christ, tone it down a little bit. Why are some of the comics have the quality of potato with AIDS? Why did they get rid of the tree in Mechanic Pig? The background of the game made it look better and gave it that Angry Birds feel, kinda. Some carts were removed from the game. Well, not actual full carts, but like other upgrades and designs were deleted. And that is a lot of my problems that I have with the game. Now, you're probably saying,
Christy, why are you raging about a game that was discontinued around 4 years ago? Like, all this is unnecessary. Just move on.
well, I'm not sitting here crying. I just made a video on this topic because I have a small Angry Birds Go community on my channel, and I bet they could agree with me on a lot of these points. Well, I hope so at least. This is one of my favorite Angry Birds games, and seeing it where it is now is kind of sad. What's even more sad is the state of the franchise right now. Like, less people are talking about Angry Birds now, and it's justified. They're making Bad Piggies too, but like, I have no idea what they're gonna do next. I really think if they kept the old games, they would be experiencing a little bit of a downfall still, but actually deleting them really screwed them over. At least I think, because a lot of fans were disappointed with the result of that. Even I'm not really playing much of Angry Birds anymore. Like, what do I even play now? I play Angry Birds Epic for the Double Health series, but that's pretty much it. I'm actually not playing any other Angry Birds games at the making of this video. I also want to say that this may be my last Angry Birds Go video. That may disappoint some of my fans, but the game is pretty much dead and I talked about all I wanted to talk about. Well, Angry Birds Go, you'll be missed. At least by me, of course.